wa ujana.
I like that. But welcome. You look so
Thank
lovely.
you, thank you.
I think I should come for lessons, for dance lessons. Wewe vile nakuona, you have your game right. But it's so good to see you. You look lovely as always.
Thank you.
Leo, that funny story, Mingi, because we have a lot of questions from yesterday's topic that we did. Let me start with the ones that we have on WhatsApp, and then we'll come to the SMSs. But again, welcome back to the show. If you're tuning in right now, today our focus is on can we stay marriage versus official marriage. So what are the dynamics behind the two? And does one guarantee commitment as compared to the other? That is the question that we're asking today. If you are in a can we stay marriage, how is it? You know, how's it going so far? Give us a call on 0791 478990. Send us a text message on 40920, and on our WhatsApp line again, it's 0777672230, and we look forward to hear from you. So without further ado, we have so many questions to tackle. So Wanjiru, let's just get started. And this one says, no, this one we actually tackled yesterday, where the guy is moving into a lady's house and then stays there and tell her. But then again, there's one that says, I am Jane. What about if the guy is dating more than one girl and intends to marry you? Will you change? Will he change in future? You know, anangalia kadhaa.
What is it?
Yes.
What is she using?
Yeah.
To know that he won't pick from those
that he's dating.
This is just a girl who is suffering from the infatuation I talked about. And she keeps telling him, I've forgiven you. But he's enjoying. He's the beneficiary. Because maybe when he's talking to the others, he says, wacha wife akae kwa nyumba. He can't change.
Yeah.
Unless now God does a miracle.
Yeah.
Kijana kibarehe, hata mzazi anashindwa, ni Mungu tu anaingilia. Maybe if she prays, the guy will change, but sioni marriage hapo. Huyu anaenjoy wasichana.
Yeah, because you see, and I think this is a thing that we see every so often, where a guy says, kabla ni settle on one, acha niangalie from all this nione nani huyo, and then I'll settle with this one. Because I think this one, that is Jane, point yenye yuko, she's like, the guy intends to marry me, lakini bado ana mess around with other girls.
Why should you allow? When he marries you, you will now completely be under him.
True.
Atakuwa kilala nje. And you can't ask him because you didn't.
Yeah.
So kama yule aliwaandikia jana, wacheni kujipeleka kwa shida mkiona. I think I should say the same, because how does she know?
That he intends to marry.
And maybe he's just saying, because maybe she washes clothes nicely and cooking, but he doesn't love her. That's why he's checking on others.
Yeah.
If another one qualifies for the food and clothing, kuosha, atarushwa nje.
But why do men do that anyway? Like, let's just ask that question. Kwa sababu, I am dating you. Why do you have to go looking around huku kwingine before you decide?
Inaitwa selfishness.
Yeah.
A man is naturally selfish, and that is why he gets the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, this one says, good afternoon. I want to contribute to that courtship. In courtship, it's important for partners to look for areas like educational background, sexuality, number of children to have, previous marriages or relationships, and children from that, spiritual similarity, background of family of origin, age, wedding, likes and dislikes, individual personality, etc. This is Councillor Oigara from Wendani. Thank you very much for that contribution.
Nice.
Yeah, look at all these aspects, and even some of the things that we don't like to talk about.
In fact, like the one he has talked about religion, that's the start of breaking.
True.
Yeah, and usually I tell girls, kama umesema his people shall be your people and
my people
his
shall
God,
be
your
your people.
God, join him.
Okay.
Because everybody, the Catholics, the SDS, the PCAs, they are worshipping the same God. Why should you go to different places? Hiyo sasa ni kuanza kuwa na kichwa gumu.
Yeah.
Na itaendelea.
Itaendelea. Okay. And then this one says, hello, this is Stephen from Homa Bay. I'm asking that if I have been dating already for 2 years and then she suddenly says the relationship cannot move on anymore, yet she claims that she loves me. What could be the problem and the way forward? Please help, because I'm interested in marrying her.
Maybe there are some weaknesses that the girl has seen. And because she doesn't want to completely hurt him, that's why he's saying, I still love you. Hakuna. Pengine she has another person. She's comparing notes, but she's lying to him, I still love you.
love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy should move on. There are very many fishes in the ocean.
Okay. But sasa, anataka kumoa, you know?
Yeah, anataka.
Yes, the guy wants to marry the lady, but the lady says she's not interested in the relationship anymore. And, you know, like the relationship cannot move on. But yet, she claims she loves the guy. And the guy wants to marry her.
Si ampe ka break too.
Okay.
Then she goes and have a meeting with herself. Asimsumbue. Atamuona akimpigia. Yeah, sometimes inaingia hiyo roho ya kureject mtu. But when you have a meeting with yourself, you look at the negatives and the positives. If the positives win, you come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then let's answer one. We have Laichana on the line with us, but let's answer this and then we'll talk to him. So this one says, hey, I'm 20 years old and I'm dating a 27-year-old man. Sometimes we argue, but the guy introduced me to his mother. I'm really confused because we take a walk together. He usually stares at other girls and that thing makes me feel unhappy. Please, I don't understand him. Assist me.
Hey, just because of turning. Hiyo iliubwa Mungu ni kama kuna kamchanga aliweka hiyo ya kutana na kugezi.
Yeah.
So it's normal. Even a husband and wife, they are driving to work or to church. But you find the man even looking at that woman, they only like seeing good things. Sio ati anawataka.
Yeah.
Their psychology is to see good things. And that is why he turns. And I tell women to do a test.
Okay.
If your husband gazes at a woman who is smartly dressed on the right, on the side,
yeah,
and then you quarrel him, sometimes it is too much that they even, unaona hii mira ya ndani ya gari, naona bwana akirekebisha ndio angalia msichana until she goes. But mkienda like 2 kilometers umuulize, now why were you looking at that guy who was in a red dress? Bwana anakuuliza who was in a red dress. Hiyo ilimtoka. So sometimes we wallow on things that have nothing, no weight. He just checked and that was a good thing and he left.
But
you cannot, yani hata mnyama anaitwa horse. Ni horse ama ni donkey. Wakati anachuna gano, hawezi enda bila kuuma hivi. So he must, unless awekwe hiyo kitu wanawekwa. You cannot put that on a man.
Yeah.
Wacha awaangalie. Then you move on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not evil. It's
normal. Sana.
It's normal. Even okay. Married women, si tunaangaliwa. Okay. And there's nothing.
There's nothing wrong
Some
with
men
that.
will even say, hi, you are smart. Wacha kumwambia usiniletee ushetani, mwambie thank you. It's normal.
Okay. Haya, it's normal. Women, please let them. Wacha tu waangalie. It's normal. It's okay. Bora si act on the same.
Hata sometimes anasahau immediately.
Yeah.
Amemwangalia, mumeenda mkiongea mambo mengine, anasahau. Now you are quarreling like you are fighting over the air.
Yeah, don't do it. Okay, then we have Mugambi Laichana on the, joining us via Zoom. How are you doing today, Mugambi?
Fine, thank you, Amy. How are you?
You're well?
Good to see you.
It's so good to see you again. Welcome to the show. Now, we don't want to keep you for too long because, again, you have other engagements. But let's just get to the bottom of this. So, can we stay? Versus official marriage. I know for some people find it very convenient and people find it, it's easy. There's no, like, a lot of financial obligation that is planning for a wedding and all those things. But then again, when we look at the other side of Come We Stay, before we continue with these questions, can we say that really they do work? Because there's some people who've been in that type of arrangement for quite a while, and sometimes it works for them, sometimes it doesn't work for the other people. So do you feel it could work, you know, at the end of the day? Because yesterday you said this, there's nowhere in the Constitution that says it proves that you're legally married. So, you know, could be here, could be there.
Well, we need to know whether you are living together, the couple is living together, Come We Stay, or if they are legally married. It actually depends on regardless of it doesn't mean when you get that certificate that your marriage will be perfect.
Yeah.
Because certificate does not make it perfect. It's all about the two of you. So whether it is come with stay or whether it is a marriage that is consummated under the law, then it depends with couples. Because you'll see there are those couples who live together, they are not legally married, and they live very well, right? Because it depends. And you saw Wajiro yesterday told you clearly that love is not the foundation of marriage.
Yeah.
That's very true. So marriage has quite a number of things. More than love, there are quite a lot of things that of course, a couple is expected to do. One party, another are expected, because it's not an easy thing. And as we said again, or as counselors will tell you, that depends with the people who have voluntarily come together to consummate marriage. Some of the people you find out that they were dating, and then like some counselors would argue, dating, you can date when you're not serious to marry, and like courtship, where you call it courtship, because now you intend to consummate a marriage.
Yeah.
And some have even lived many years without formalizing their marriage. Especially nowadays, you see young adults from school, from campus. Maybe they even started cohabiting when they're in campus. They continue living together, and some may even live for so many years, but they part ways before they consummate a marriage. So essentially what that means is that for it to be a marriage, the two parties must be intending it to be. And the law is very clear. As a promise to marry cannot be recognized by law as marriage. So maybe one person promise the other one, I will marry you, stay for even 10 years. That does not mean the other party can go and claim that this guy promised to marry me, so I'm the wife or I'm the husband. So, as I told you again yesterday, legally, it is upon you to prove that you had voluntarily entered into a marriage, and other people viewed you as a husband and wife. You had stayed for long. It does not necessarily mean that you have children. You may not even have children, but still that is marriage. If the two of you stay with an intention of consummating a marriage.
Okay, but then how do you prove that? Because yesterday you were talking about an aspect of you have to prove this. Even when you go to court, for instance, something happens and you have to go the legal way. How then do you prove? What are some of the things that qualify as proof that we were living together for, let's say, period of time, and we were intending to get married? Suppose you do not have that written down. I mean, what other proof should you have to make this probably become legal, and argue your case that, yeah, we were living together, it was a come we stay, so yeah, this person is married to me?
Well, you don't really require a lot of evidence. It doesn't have even to be written or anything.
Yeah.
And there are circumstances. Like, for example, if you introduce a lady to your parents, or a lady also introduce a guy to your parents, telling them, of course, this is your friend, and maybe you intend to get married, and maybe you're living somewhere, they know you are living together, your friends know you are living together, and of course, everyone has neighbors, they can see you live together, and I don't have to tell you how a husband and a wife live together. You all know. It's a matter of a man and a woman sharing a roof. That, of course, it's necessary. Sharing a roof and staying together, doing things that a couple does or a married couple does. They are obvious, right? So, if, like, for example, there is no dowry payment that was done, the parents never met, friends never met, that does not necessarily mean that it will not also qualify as a marriage. And as I told you again, I cited a situation where Justice Majanja in 2018 declared that a couple was married because they had stayed for 7 years. Their parents didn't know that they were living together, and yet they were living together for 7 years, and they even had children. But of course, there was no consent from the parents or maybe other people who are required to give consent. But as long as people can see you are living together, and as long as people can see you behaving like a husband and wife, then definitely you can be able to go to court and prove I was actually married to this guy. You've seen some people, some matters go to court and someone comes and says, I was not married to this lady. Anyway, there are even those who which are ongoing, you see them in the media every time. So I may not fear to even cite a case like that of Lentorio who said he's not married to, because it is in the media anyway. So, like, the evidence that you can see them giving in court, because it was like broadcasted, is someone is trying to prove, no, I've been living with this guy in the same house since this year, this is the date we met with their parents, our friends saw us, such kind of things. So all that the court needs to see is that actually, even if one couple may be saying, I was not married to this lady, or a lady says, I was not married to this man, the court will be looking at how are you behaving when you are living together. Were you actually living together? Were you sharing or doing things that a married couple does? Then that is the only thing that you need to give to court as a conviction. So it is not that you really need to collect evidence and all that and all that. You have neighbors, you have friends, you know you. They've maybe visited you on a birthday or another function in your house, and they met you. And maybe when you're introducing the lady, you introduce them as your wife, or whichever name you use, depending on where you come from or how you value her. So essentially, that is a marriage.
Okay. And then again, does it then guarantee that, for instance, in the event that something happened and we want to separate and go separate ways, could then remember that aspect of then division of wealth and all those things, does that suffice? You know, much as yes, you have collected evidence, like you said, it's not like too much, but just a few people probably to prove that yes, you were living together, you were doing the husband and wife things and all those things. So in terms of then, if something happens, there's no legal document that really we were married, but we were living together for I don't know how much time. In terms of then who takes what, does this suffice in this particular setup?
It does. You know, you will not claim to have been married to someone after separating if you don't need anything from them, isn't it? Like, for example, two couples are living together, they own nothing, they separate. Do you really need to prove you are married? For what? So you've left.
Yes.
You know, right? Unless it is necessary for you to get something or for perhaps to share something, that is when you need to prove you are married, isn't it? And like, for example, just take it, it's just as straight as this. If we've been living together like for 10 years and things can't work, we've been living like husband and wife, and then we separate. We don't need anything from you. We don't need anything from me. So essentially, you just go your way. You don't need anything. You don't need a certificate from, I mean, a degree from court to say that two people are no longer married. Because in any case, you are not legalized your marriage, and like when you have a certificate of marriage. But if, for example, we have properties that we have accumulated when we were married, for me to be able to go to court and claim those properties under Matrimonial Properties Act, then I must first of all seek for a divorce. And you can only seek for a divorce if you are married.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
What you need to do is now you go to court to prove that you are married to someone, and that is now when you acquire that evidence. And the moment actually the court declares that it is true you guys were married, then definitely the Matrimonial Properties Act apply, and you will be able to get whatever your rights or whatever entitlements you're supposed to get after separation.
Okay. But what if he came in with like a bigger chunk of wealth as compared to what I came in with? And now I have no document to prove, that I was married to this person, What happens in such an instance? Because then you can't prove that this and this and this and these are my things, this and this and these are his, As we want to divorce and... and I do not have that legal document and all those things. So am I also entitled to some of his things, and he entitled to some of my things, regardless of who came with what?
Of course, we know very well that when a couple is married, there is equality.
Yeah.
in terms of even, for example, when you divorce, of course, you're entitled to what your husband wants in their name, and the husband is entitled to what the wife wants in their name. So, like I've told you, in as long as, even if you are not married officially, all you need to do is go to court and let the court declare you that you are married. And the moment the court finds out that you are married, then the situation becomes the same as someone who went to church or someone who went to the civil registry and consummated a marriage. So do you see the point there? So when you go to court and the court actually holds or declares that the two of you are married, from the evidence that I've told you need to give to court, like you call your kids, they can come and say, actually, we know these people are living together, they were our neighbors, or your parents can come and say they introduced us to this man, they were living together, told us they actually intended to get married, even if maybe perhaps they didn't get married, but they continued living with a promise that one day maybe they will go pay dowry and all such kind of things. And you know also, you need to know that you're only entitled to what you've acquired during the subsistence of. So, what time did you meet? At what junction did you meet? So that you can even be able to say, sometimes, but most of the times you see that couples use children to describe the time they met. Like, for example, if you had your firstborn in 2000, that would mean definitely you must have met somewhere between 1999 and 2000. So you can now be able to go and give evidence to court in terms of how the two of you have been living as husband and wife. Your friends can come and give that evidence, maybe your parents. And the moment the court says that the two of you are married, then automatically you become as equal as someone who consummated their marriage through either the Christianity, customary, or Hindu or so. And then the other things now follow up. Issues of matrimonial property follow up from there. Because the court will just say, you are married, but I grant you a divorce. And immediately the court says you are married and I grant you a divorce, then it means now you can go with the other processes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And as I let you go, then that aspect of how long does this take? Because we all know, I mean, divorce cases take quite a while. In this country. So time is a factor here because, and even from the SMSs that we received so far from people, some people are saying, you know what, I have lived with this guy for, a number of, or quite a while. There's a child involved and I cannot do this anymore. I want out. Okay. So in terms of then the proceeding and the divorce proceedings and all these things, time is a factor. But what is it that one people need to understand, or one thing that people need to understand as far as then, before you are granted the final, probably like right to be told, fine, so your case is over, you guys are officially divorced. What are some of the steps that need to be taken by the court so that people know? Because I think people think it's very easy, go to court, file for a divorce, and then come back the next day you're divorced,
Yeah, well, divorce actually procedures take a long time, not because they are supposed to, but it's because of the judiciary is still trying to improve in terms of employing more judges, coming up with more courts. So it's just an issue of the normal delay like any other case, not that it's just because of the divorce. Because if you file a divorce in one law court, you may be in a position not to conclude it within a period of 2 years, or it can go to 3. But if you file a divorce cause somewhere in Garissa, somewhere in courts which are not busy, you may get your decree within a year. So it depends actually with where. And during the period of divorce, the proceedings, if, like, for example, definitely a couple must have separated. That's number one.
Yeah.
You must have separated. Not necessarily separated and you're not living in the same house. Like there is an example of a case which is mostly used of Kivuito and Kivuito. They separated with the wife, but they were living in the same house. But one is in this wing, the other one is in this wing. And of course, it's just a house you're sharing, but you're not sharing a roof. So if, like, for example, a wife comes and says, my husband is the one who has been running the finances of our family, and now we have divorced. I have left. I don't have food, or I cannot be able to take care for myself. The court can provide for alimony. Alimony means your husband can be ordered to take care of you as the proceedings go on, and even after the divorce.
Okay.
Depending on the evidence, of course, you give to court on how the two of you are living. Because you find out most of the times you go and find out a wife has been a housewife, and during that subsistence they have been depending on their husbands. So obviously, when you separate during the divorce proceedings, one will be suffering. So that's why I'm saying the court can order for alimony.
Alimony, yeah.
During, after. Yes.
Okay. And I want to assume that is also vice versa. If the wife probably has the control of finances and the husband is not doing too well, the wife will also be ordered to take care of the husband. I want to believe that.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So it's either way.
Either way. Okay. All right. Mr. Mugambi, thank you very much for your insights.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was trying to say that in practice, you'll not regularly see a man going to claim for alimony.
Yeah.
But because it is both. But you'll not, traditionally or in our country, we've not found out jurisprudence where mostly a man has gone to court to ask for alimony.
For alimony, okay.
It's for both, for either.
Yeah. So they should not be scared. I mean, for the money, you can be granted alimony, right?
But they should not be scared.
Okay.
Because either can be alimony. And number two, people need to understand, if you stay with someone's daughter for many years and maybe according to you in your heart, you're not intending to use them, it's just to use them, well, do not think that just because you've not gone to church or to take dowry, that will not be a marriage. No. Marriage depending on the evidence that you give and how the two of you are living.
Yeah.
And if there was a voluntary union between the two of you, just like the act describes the marriage.
Okay, and intent has to be there. All right, thank you very much, Mugambi, Mr. Mugambi Lachana over there, a lawyer, giving us insights on the procedure, as far as can we stay, does it qualify as marriage, and of course also the divorce proceedings are the same. So thank you very much, Mr. Mugambi. Really, really appreciate your time and your insights for the same.
So, sorry, the only thing you need to tell the viewers, or the viewers need to know, it is just that come we stay is not recognized by the law, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't qualify as a marriage.
As marriage.
It qualifies as a marriage if you go and prove it in a court of law. Okay. So it is actually through jurisprudence. Okay. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Very important to make that clear because people have been taking this the wrong way. But it's very, very important to set that clear. So thank you very much, Mr. Mugambi, and we look forward to speak to you very soon.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good day.
You too. Thank you. All right. So I'm really happy that now we have that set straight. Yeah, it's not recognized in the law as marriage, but if you can prove it, then it's possible. Now let's answer the questions. And Wanjiru, we have so many questions over here. So let me look at some of the questions that we have on our SMS line. And this one says, okay, I have dated for 4 years with him. My folks know him. We love one another. The issue is I get this guy attitude from his folks. I don't match up to them. I just feel like they really don't like me. Like there's no conversation we've had with his siblings. And I think the person continued with the question. Let me just get it so that we answer it as one whole. So continues to say, I've not shown any madharau or something, but the phobia of the family members is what I have, because I expected them to be a bit warm or something. Although sijaenda kwa official introduction yet, what step should I take?
She's dating a man.
They've been dating for 4 years.
Not the family.
Yes.
But the family are observing. So you don't expect to be introduced and you are talking a lot, deep talks. No. They don't hate you. She should not be paranoid.
Yeah.
that they hate her. You know, maybe she's even acting from what her friend told her, that
about the
his relatives
family.
don't like me. So when they don't talk a lot, she concludes.
That they
But
hate me.
usually relatives are the last ones to engage kabisa with you. So they are just observing and they want to see who is this that was brought.
Yeah.
We want to see how she behaves when she's with him. They interact, they have lunch. When he comes home, they have lunch. What else does she need?
Yeah.
They are not going to when she gets married, she'll see a difference.
Yeah.
Because she's now part of the family.
Yeah.
And she'll be called Mama so-and-so. And everybody will be on her. And, you know, now they are just quiet because they are observing. They don't hate her.
Okay. And even from what she's saying is that she has not gone yet for like an official introduction.
That is
so really
it.
don't be paranoid. I think that is, you know, that fear that we always have about
The
in-laws.
fear of the unknown.
Yes, about in-laws. Hilo
Na usiogope kama
Don't.
umepelekwa nyumbani, kanyaga kwa nguvu.
Yes.
Because you think you are the only one. You are chosen
Yeah.
out
Actually,
of
yeah.
many.
Yeah.
That one alone should
Should
keep you
tell
and make you
yeah,
strong.
Yeah. And be confident. Okay. And then this one says, hello, good people. I'm Carol from NAX, 27 years. I have dated and now courting for a really long period, 6 years. My man and I are from antagonist tribes. We really love each other, but we don't know how to approach our parents. What do we do?
These days, even parents, we have seen, I told you I'm an MC, and I MC weddings between Kale and Kikuyu, Kikuyu and Luo, Masai and Kikuyu. I don't think parents are at that one, even if they are fearing.
Yeah.
And even God himself hates fear. Let them just be courageous, go and the guy should be the one to say at his place first. And I'm a victim. My daughter is married in Eldoret. And I think nothing changed in my life. This is a man. A man shall leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife. That one is what I said. It was not written from Kikuyu to Nandi, from Taita to whoever, Kikuyu, but it was a man joining the wife.
The wife.
And that is what parents should know. Hakuna kitu ya tribe, at the antagonist. Tunajaribu
to fight this,
yeah,
actually.
we can see even our own president is fighting to join
Include
all the 47 counties to be a country and we love each other. And there's a day I was telling parents somewhere, we were in a party and I told them, our children are overtaking us.
Yeah.
We should stop being left behind by the children. They're intermarrying.
Yes.
Na sasa tunasema hawa hawasikizani na hawa, hawa hawasikizani na hawa. No.
Yeah.
The kids should go on, and this girl should not fear.
Yeah.
Let them go to the guys first. They will be surprised.
Yeah, maybe the friends will be very
They will
receptive,
be
you know?
blessed and told, go on.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
so
fear,
don't fear. Okay.
Fear is bad.
Okay. And then another one says, I'm Perry from Kasarani. I have dated a guy for 4 months. He has already known my mother. And he also knows where I come from. The reason why I came to his house was we had a disagreement. So I came through to sort it out. And I asked him what he really wants. The message is not complete. Let me see if the person completed. No, they didn't. Please, if you're watching, please complete your question so that then we know how best we can tackle this. But someone says, I am 26 years, while he is 30 already. He always says he loves and always wants to be with me every time, and I believe he loves me. And I do love him too. That just ends there. Okay. So question, I didn't get the question. Oh, someone else is asking, does age difference really matter? Maybe difference more than 15 years. Like a guy is 45 and the lady is above 25. Thanks. Is age a factor?
I don't believe in age being a factor.
Okay.
Because what we say, and I hear it all over, age is nothing but a number.
But a number. Okay.
And if you agree, it is okay. We have seen even church leaders and in the Bible, people who married older women, older men. And so it is mutual understanding because wakisikizana, see, it's okay.
Yeah. And I think the biggest problem for all of us, or most of us, if I can say, is the fact that we have, there's that level of stigma, you know? People are like, yeah, they married sijui people who are sijui 5 years or 10 years older than them, or sijui he married from where. I mean, and like you said, age should not be a factor, really, as far as love is concerned. Because people's journey towards love is different and it's very diverse. So we should not judge people based on the fact that they have married someone who's like 10 years or 15 years older than them, as long as they love each other.
And again, you're not marrying for the community.
Yeah.
Why listen to them? Because even, let me tell you an example of my marriage. When I did my wedding, and now we went to settle in Nyeri, some village women were saying, ati nakaa niko na watoto watatu.
Lord.
You know, they just want to discourage you.
Yeah.
And we moved on. So people will talk. By the way, if people talk even when you are dead, they will talk.
Yeah.
But be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the intention, as long as the
Imagine
intention
even your own
is
cousin
right.
anakuja kukuuliza umeolewa ama umeoa. That's a man who is marrying an older lady.
Yeah.
Unaoa mamako. You know, so discouraging
It's
words.
very discouraging. It's
so
true.
they should just be themselves. Yeah.
Don't be scared. Oof. Okay. Then someone else said, hello, I'm Lillian from Nakuru. I would like to know whether it's right to introduce my fiancé to my parents because he demands so. But I'm currently 20 years in year 2. But but with him, he is employed. So the guy is employed. The lady is still in school. She's 20. And the man is like, you need to introduce me to your parents. So when's the right time for this lady?
Kwa nini aachi huyu asome?
Good question.
Because
Good question.
from experience, I have seen people who are introduced, even he rushes to get her and put her in his house, but in college there she meets another one who is better than this and she will go. So let him be patient, amalize masomo. Akitoka college, na aone amemurudia, ajue huyu ako serious.
Yeah.
Very many men and women have been discouraged by people in college.
Yeah. Okay, and we see a lot of Kamwiste actually right now in college. People are living together, eh? The mother is paying, I mean, the parents are paying rent for this person, especially where where they sleep, eh? It's off campus, you know? So we're nakuja na huyu anakuja, they start living together, you know? It happens mostly in campuses right now.
And it is so sad, Winnie, to know. You know, I talk to them and I ask them why they live together. You find some are not even, it's not that they are so much into each other. One couple shocked me. Wakiniambia, hiyo ni nyumba wanakaa, wawe wakikula pamoja. Huyu kijana akona another sugar mommy, msichana akona sugar daddy. And they told me that on Sunday evening they call it stock taking day.
Yeah.
Because they go out each two kwa mtu wake, unapewa 30k, mimi nakuja na 20k, tunaweka. It is so sad.
Okay.
It is so sad. Kwa hivyo kama we stay as a college, usihesabu.
Don't.
Ziko na mambo mengi sana.
And it's sad. Please study. Okay. Okay. This one says that this is the messages that we received on WhatsApp. And this one says, hello, I'm married for less than a year. My husband lives in a different continent and does not support. I feel like I want to get a divorce. We have planned for it, but I am still new in this and I don't know what to do. Please help.
Give her number ya anaitwa Mugambi.
Yeah, Mugambi.
Mpatie number ya Mugambi. I engage Mugambi as a lawyer.
Yeah,
first of all, apate the advice on what to do, then she can file. Because hata mimi hapo sioni marriage.
Yeah, the person
you know,
lives
there's
in
a friend of mine who went to visit a husband who went into another continent to study, only to be taken to a hotel. Anamuuliza kwa nini unipeleki kwako. That's when he admitted he's married with 2 kids. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, ukisikia, hii hapa hakuna, if he's not supporting by the way and he's far.
And he lives in a different continent.
Yeah,
okay, could it be like, maybe yuko kule, yuko pia like things are not good. You
kama hasemi.
Okay, that's the problem, yeah. Communicate.
Like,
Yeah, communicate. Okay.
I'm even talking to a girl who is who's been sending money. She's the one who is out. And she left her husband. And she's been sending money, nunua mbuzi, nunua ng'ombe, I come and... Ametumia kila kitu na wasichana.
That's sad.
Is that a marriage?
That is very sad.
Very sad.
Okay. Okay, then, yeah, we'll forward the number and then they can, you know, first of all, get to understand what is the process like. Because like I said, people think it's very easy, but sometimes there's so many things that
And
need
that
to
one
be
is
put into
admitting
consideration.
she doesn't
She doesn't know. Okay. And then this one says, hi, I'm Imelda from Meru. I am 20 years old. I met a certain guy and he keeps on wanting me. Unfortunately, I also fell for him, but bad luck, he is married and they have a child. Then shocking, he keeps saying he doesn't love his wife. He just married her because she was pregnant. I just told him I can't be a thief. But he says I'm not a thief. He loves me. And in any case, he will marry me and give me a child. What's wrong with him?
Huyo anachezewa.
Point blank.
Any woman who hears a husband telling you, I don't love my wife,
Yeah.
and she's still in the house, huyo anakucheza.
Yeah.
Forget about
And we
him.
hear this a lot.
Because even in a wedding, what does the pastor say? What God has put together, let no man put
asunder.
Kwa hivyo huyu ni kifo, aache kujiita mwizi. Yeye ni kifo kinataka kuingia kwa nyumba ya wenyewe.
Yeah.
Achana na mtu uende utafute wako. Yeah.
Okay.
Because kama hampendi na ako na mtoto agemfukuza.
True.
Kitambo.
It's true.
But because he wants to use you and still have his wife, then you are the loser.
Yeah.
Go and look for a man. There are many.
We've had so many stories of men saying and telling women,
I hate my wife.
I hate my wife. I'm going to leave her.
I can't even listen to such a
you
story.
know, I'm going to leave her and marry you. I mean, if he's going to leave her, then what makes you think he will stay with you?
And he'll stay for 2 years. Na hatoki.
Okay.
So
and she's only 20.
What is she doing?
Yes, I mean, Imelda.
Hata pengine ajifanya kutuambia she unfortunately. Maybe even when she was getting into it, she knew. They have seen so many girls writing, I don't mind being the other woman.
Yeah.
Watakipata.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, and then this one says, can you learn to love someone who you don't love at all, but he does everything for you? Can you learn to love them? We've had this case of, yeah, you will learn to love this person. It's okay. Does that really work?
But even those who don't help, when we start, what do? We learn to love. Pengine hata mulianza kahawa. And you never thought that you could love this man. But you went on and learned
to love
him.
Yeah.
The same should happen there.
Yeah.
Lakini wacha kuangalia kile anakuletea. It's like you are unafikiria mali badala ya
but even and try to even love the person in the first place. So try.
So many women are running their homes and they have men in their house. And, in their houses and they are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Sasa huyu anasaidiwa.
Exactly what I was about to ask. Like intent. Why is this person like doing everything? Does he have the intention of marrying you, or do they really love you, or they're just doing this because wanatoroka responsibility and this is the end? So they're trying to find it, you know, an easier way with you.
I told you there is a lot happening. Some, it could be the wife is very nagging.
Yeah.
And now he gets somebody else somewhere.
Yeah.
And he really pampers her to get happiness. Kwa sababu kule hakuna furaha. Another one will keep you just to be seen by the peer he has a girlfriend. So he will do everything to prove to his friends. Others are genuine.
Sure.
They are helping because they love you and they want to make you their wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So depends. Understand why. Okay. And this one says, hello, Madam Wanjiru. I am Kelvin. It happened that I met a fiance via Facebook and things went other round. I impregnated the lady, but I didn't love her. I was just fulfilling my body desires and now she has 2 years. She has a 2-year-old child. And I don't love her as much as I try. No love from her for me even. No love from her for me even. Oh, like the lady doesn't love him. I think that is what I'm getting. So, and I don't, yeah. So I am in another relationship, even though it is a long distance relationship. It is working and the girl wants wedding in 2023 next year. Planning to introduce ourselves to her parents. Help me on how to handle this.
One thing.
Yes.
Ningetaka kuonya watu mayuyu. Mambo ya Facebook friends.
Yeah.
Many people have lost their lives. I remember one story where a guy was coming on a revenge mission.
Yeah.
And he befriended a Kenyan girl. And they talked and they wanaambiana, you know, hii ya kuangaliana mkiambiana I love you.
Yes.
And until he said he was coming to Kenya. And the girl was very excited, but every time anaambiwa usiambie mtu ninakuja. We utoroke tukutane tu kwa hoteli. And the guy, when he arrived at Jomo Kenyatta, he tells the girl, do you have some money on you? Pay for the room, I'll come to refund.
Yeah.
And she paid and waited for him. Do you know, after getting into that room and hugging her, alimweka sellotape. Msichana alikatakatwa kwa wembe.
That's sad.
Alimkatakata mwili na hata her nipples kwa wembe. This guy was saved by the hotel people. What is Facebook, friend? What are you telling yourself? Wengine wamejulikana wanatafuta wazungu. Mtu anaenda anaweka picha ya mzungu anakwambia let us be friends.
I live in England.
Wewe una brag hapa you have a mzungu na ni mtu wako Kawangware.
Be very careful. Bottom line.
So,
be very careful.
Be very careful, young people. I mean, you're putting yourself in trouble. But for this guy,
Yeah.
I would tell him not to force himself, but not to punish that kid.
Exactly.
The
yeah.
kid is very innocent. Even if he's in another relationship, let him organize how he shall be helping that baby.
The baby,
Because most young men are suffering for dumping children.
True.
These are angels. Saidia. But leave the mother alone if you are not interested.
If you don't love the person.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, yeah, but we've also had other relationships that they met online and it worked. So bottom line, like you said, be very careful.
Be very careful.
Be very
Maybe,
careful.
you know, with God, he can give you somebody from very far.
Yeah.
But some, they come to do things
Very
that
bad things, yeah.
Yeah, some are suffering in other countries. Somebody came, he's from West Africa. He anafugia trouser upstairs. Unajua vile wanafunga, unampenda. Ukienda huko anaenda kukutesa, unapata even he had a wife.
Yeah.
So these young people, wacheni haraka. Take your time.
Take your time.
Learn
Okay.
somebody.
And be very careful.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the
Sikuwe ni
key word.
Wakawangware. And then you're from England. Okay. This one says, hi, my name is Essie from Thicker Greens. I'm dating a guy who is a Luo, hey, and I'm Kikuyu. But when I introduced him to my mom and my brother, they were afraid of community traditions. Can you advise me on the issue? I think something that we have tackled, you know. And
Yeah,
and
we
parents,
have talked about,
yeah.
you know, parents wanawambia, unajua, lazima apate bibi wa kwao. So we utakuwa first wife na unaanza kuweka mtoto uoga.
Yeah.
Hata wajaka. People are civilized these days. If he loves you, he can stick to
He can
you.
stick
And
with you. Yeah.
yeah, I've seen many succeeding intermarriages, intertribal marriages, and there are no issues. Hata ile ya nini? Ile ya kuwa inherited.
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes it doesn't
I have a
happen
retired sister-in-law who got married in Western Kenya, and she has never been inherited. So.
Okay. Then this one says, hello, I am Sally from Kisumu. I have been in a relationship for 2 years. I moved into his house 6 months ago, but he has changed a lot since I moved in. He comes home late. He does not eat my food. What should I do?
Number one, kama unapika mashakura, nani atakula? You know, most of our girls don't know how to cook. And that is why, Winnie, I'm telling your age mates to go for lessons.
Yeah.
Because you cannot, uwezi kunipikia cabbage na ugali na cabbage umeweka soup. Go to eat outside. Some girls, you see them very smart on the road.
Yeah.
Na hawaogi, they are very dirty.
Okay.
Hey, they've been brought to me. I don't talk something that I'm not seen. Unasikia kijana kisema huyu haogi, anajipaka tu mafuta anatoka ananukia, ananuka vibaya.
Okay.
Atatoka.
Yeah.
The way you dress in the house. And I tell even old women like me, don't look like a scarecrow in the house. The man you go.
Usivae sengenge ni ng'ombe.
Sengenge ni ng'ombe, ukimwi huwa na nyuma inasema ukimwi hauna kiga. Unashtua mtoto wa mama yake. So be romantic, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, if,
All right.
whatever age,
Okay.
be romantic.
Hey.
Na stockings Winnie.
Don't do it.
Let's say you are wearing a wig. Na nywele ni shagi
Uko chini.
Unafika kwa nyumba unairusha. Na ulikuwa na makeup, mzee anaanza kuuliza, huyu ndiye tulienda naye asubuhi. Hey girls.
Okay.
Ingia kwa nyumba si kusema umepata shahada.
Okay.
You keep trying.
Hey, okay. All right. This one. Well, okay. This other one says, hello, I am 26 years old. I will soon be 27. He is, yeah? Oh, he'll be turning 31, but he is currently unemployed. He is nice, kind at heart and loving, and I'm very uncertain about our future because I feel he's not aggressive but he has a degree. He comes from poor background and single parent family. Even the little he has can't plan for his life. He sends to the mother, I want to settle, but I'm in limbo whether I should leave him or not because my age. We have dated for about 9 months.
If you are decided, you can even help this guy.
Yeah.
If you are today, hata vile serikali inasema, watu wawe self-employed.
Yeah.
You can support him. If you see anataka kukuoa na unaona shida, just help him.
Yeah.
Mwekee hiyo kabuchari.
Yeah.
Auze nyama. Mwekee ka business. And then you support. I know a girl who even built a house.
For
She
the man.
visited her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Hakuwa ameona hii kichoo cha shimo. Akaulize, where are the loose? Anaonyeshwa, anaingia, oh my God. Shimo anaona kama atawaguka. Imagine she did not take offense.
Yeah.
She had a big salary. Alienda akajengea hao wazazi nyumba.
Oh, that's nice.
And akaweka ya wazazi and suit. Wawe wakienda choo ya huko na hii ingine. That girl has been blessed. I know her.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So understand, because I think she has a lot of fears as far as you know, the guy cannot plan, for his finances and sends all of this to the family. So yeah, try to support him and see.
If she has decided, a woman is called a helper.
Yeah. Plus she's 26 and the guy is 31. I mean, it's not a big difference really.
Those ones can go far.
Can go far.
If they plan well.
Okay.
Asimuache kwa sababu ya shida, juu with time this guy can come up and huyo awe na haya saa. Aone haya.
Yeah.
Kijana akiwa ametajirika.
Yeah.
God came. Wacha mtembee.
Tembe pamoja. Okay. This one says, this is Danny from Kikuyu. Come we stay is a viable option due cost of marriage siku hizi. Hata tukianza na dowry, it's tough. Sasa, for us guys, if you say usave for dowry, utabaki bure tu. Juu utarandaranda na hiyo ni gharama. So, for me, come we stay will do until I am able to do more.
Lakini isiwe ati unakaa. You are in come we stay, umepata watoto watatu, ujaenda kwa kina msichana, wewe ni Boko Haramu. Boko Haramu ni wale wanakaa na mabibi
watoto wenyewe ni don't even officialize. You don't officialize it.
Yeah, at least you see our young men are fearing the money inatolewa kwa dowry.
Yeah.
Wazazi nao wasione kama wanauza hii kichwa ya 3.
Yeah.
Ati when kijana amekuja unaanza kusema 3 million.
Yeah.
Huyu mtoto hata haja save 100,000.
Unataka 3 million.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Na kwanza kwetu Wakikuyu tunaamini dowry umalizi. You keep going. You keep going.
Yeah.
Kwa hivyo, let the parents bless the kids.
The
This is what is making many to go for come we stay because they fear. Then the wedding, you hear the mother na si harusi yake. I want a big wedding because of my friends. Unashtua mtoto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this other one says, I am Peter from Thika, 24 years old. I would like to ask, what is the right time for a man to start a family? Because I was shocked when my girlfriend asked me, when will we make a family? But I know anakimbilia kuolewa kwa sababu she's alone huko kwao. But for me, I'm not ready for this.
If it's not ready, let him communicate. We said communication
It's
is the
very
best.
important,
Don't fear her.
Yeah.
Tell her I'm not ready. Wait.
Yeah.
If she can't wait, chura ruka.
Okay. This one says, hello, I'm Brian from Nairobi. I want to say something genuinely. Most young men are really interested into serious relationships, but honestly speaking, young women are making it hard for these young men by unnecessary demands. It's nowadays hard for a man to find a simple woman to marry. Right now, materialistic love has conquered truthful love. Okay.
And that is why there should be
Courtship, yeah.
courtship.
That period where
That
you courted. And
you will see. Even when you go to a hotel, she was waiting for you.
yeah.
She was taking water. Ukiingia anaanza, bring me chicken marinade
Yeah.
in a basket.
Yes. Sasa hata hujai kula hujui hata ni
Can you
nini.
imagine? Na wewe hata ujui.
Yes.
Wewe ambaye umemleta date. Utaona huyu ni materialistic.
Yeah.
And she's going above our means.
Yeah.
So utaimaliza pole pole.
Pole pole. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we need to end the show like right now, but can we finish with this one question? This one says, hello, I'm Frank kutoka Meru. I was asking if you fall in love with a single mom and she wants to move in with you, but she's afraid because it's not my child. She is afraid I won't love her daughter as if she is mine. But honestly, I would love her with all my heart. What should I do? Will it
Assure
work for
her.
us?
Assure her. We have seen many.
Yeah.
And unless they tell you, you will not know that it's not the dad. Some fathers are very loving to their foster kids. And you only need to assure this girl. Usually, actually, it's not the men who mistreat the kids. It's the women. If I marry a man who was left with 2 kids, I go there and start mistreating them. Immediately, I get my own. You are looking for a curse.
Yeah.
Because God has brought you to that house
Yeah.
to take care of those kids. Maybe their mother passed on or she left. Na wewe umekuja, hawa ni watoto innocent. Take care. The same with men. Take care
Yeah.
of this mtoto wa girlfriend.
Yeah. And again, I like what you say. I mean, blessings just come, you know. Take care of these children as if they are yours. Wanjiru, we have so many questions. Time is not on our side. I think if you're still pressed there and you need an answer, please keep the questions coming on our WhatsApp line. That is 0777672230, and then we'll forward them to Wanjiru. Wanjiru will speak to you and give you answers and insights on any question that you require. But we have so many calls, we cannot, even start receiving your calls because literally we have to get out of the studio right now. But thank you very much for the many calls. Someone is actually texted in and saying, watching, very educative on marriage issues, and this is Mbatia. Again, we also have so many people who are saying very insightful show over there. People saying Wanjiru is very real. We like that. But thank you very much for all your feedback and your questions. I hope that you've been answered to your satisfaction. If you still need more advice, feel free again to send your questions on our SMS WhatsApp line. That is 0777672230. We'll forward them to Wanjiru. Wanjiru will speak to you. But we have to end the show right now. Thank you to all the people who've called in. So many calls, from people saying they're watching and they like the show, from Bungoma, Malaba, far and wide. We say thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in. But remember, next week on Thursday and Friday, it's going to be fire as well. Wanjiru will be here. So all your questions, whatever question you have, anything that is bugging you and you want Wanjiru to address, our WhatsApp line is open, our SMS line is open. You can call in anytime and she'll be able to speak to you. But for now, we have to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for your questions and feedback as well. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next week on Thursday and Friday, same time, same place. But for now, we have to say goodbye. So stay safe and God bless. And again, if you have any other question, Wanjiru is here to answer them, for them to us, and we'll be able to forward it to her. Abdiaziz Hashim is up next with Ebro News 1 p.m. But for now, goodbye and God bless.